There's a lot going on around the country and around the world as well. And to stay informed of the latest, you're watching Lunchtime News on TV1, bringing you the news from the news desk. I am Sandro Satyajit. Before your news in detail, first, your top stories. Cops open fire at motorcycle for failing to stop. President to meet with ruling faction leaders. 13 CT scan devices across government hospitals inactive. Patients severely inconvenienced. Electricity Users Association question how the minister will decide on electricity tariffs.
විදුලි බිල අඩු කිරීම පිළිබඳව අදහසක් ගෙනාවා. 127යි කියලා ප්‍රමාණිකුත් ගෙනාවා. ඒ කියන්නේ මහජන උපේක්ෂා කොන්සම විසි කළා ඇමතිවරයාගේ බලය පතුරන ක්‍රියාවලියකට තමයි අද මේ විදුලි වල මණ්ඩලය සහ මහජන උපේක්ෂා කොමිසම යොමු කරලා තියෙන්නේ.
Army doctors enter Guinness World Records, removing the world's largest kidney stone. Donald Trump pleads not guilty in arraignment over classified documents. On to news in detail now. One person sustained injuries when police opened fire at a motorcycle at the Hirivaduna checkpoint in Rambukkana for failing to comply with orders to stop. The police said that the roadblock was set up to arrest a drug peddler. Police spokesperson SSP Nihal Thalduwa said two suspects were travelling on a motorcycle and they had sped off despite being signalled to stop early on Wednesday morning. He said thereafter police officers opened fire at the speeding motorcycle. Even after being shot at, the suspects had managed to flee and a police chase led to their arrest. Sri Lanka police said during the chase the rider had lost control of the motorcycle and it crashed. The suspect who was injured in the shooting and the other suspect who was injured following the accident were admitted to the Kegal hospital and they were identified as residents of Hirivaduna. Police spokesperson SSP Nihal Thalduwa said that a police officer was also injured in the attempt that was made to stop the fleeing suspects. Sri Lanka police said the drug peddlers who were wanted by authorities were also arrested while attempting to pass through the checkpoint. On to other news now. Sri Lankan President Ranil Wickremesinghe will meet the leaders of the political parties that form the government. A spokesperson for the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna said the meeting will take place on Wednesday at 5 p.m. at the President's office. It is reported that the President's office has officially invited the leaders of the political parties in the government, including the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna, United National Party and the Ceylon Workers' Congress. It is also reported that the objective of the meeting is to discuss the issues that arise in governance. The SLPP district leader did not attend the meeting called for the President earlier this week. The SLPP had previously informed that if the SLPP district leaders are to be summoned for a meeting, the SLPP must be informed about such a meeting in advance. However, reports suggest that all the party leaders that represent the government have been officially invited to attend the meeting on Wednesday. MP Chandima Veerakkudi said the incident where SLPP members refused to attend the meeting called for by the President on the 12th of June clearly shows the split in the UNP-SLPP alliance. The government is so divided that the SLPP has decided to contest the elections alone and has refused to attend a meeting called by President Ranil Wickremesinghe. This group has also begun to attack President Ranil Wickremesinghe on a daily basis.
මේ කණ්ඩායම දෙදරායම පිපිරීම කාටවත් වළක්වන්න බෑ.
French President Emmanuel Macron extended an invitation to President Ranil Wickremesinghe to address a high-level panel discussion. According to the President's media division, this panel discussion will be at the Global Leaders Summit for a new global financing pact on the 22nd and 23rd of June 2023.
The chairman of the National Trade Union Centre, K.D. Lal Kantha, said that the governance in the country is against the constitution.
Parliament can be dissolved, but the method for local government bodies is different. Elections for local government bodies are held when the members are in power. Now there are no members. The Ranil Rajapaksa government has breached this rule. If this is the case, the present governance is against the constitution. Therefore, only people like us should accept decisions made by the judiciary. The judges who provided the verdict were summoned to Parliament and questioned by the Parliamentary Privileges Committee. Although the government's actions are against the constitution, they should not issue verdicts against us. That is the message they sent to these judges. It is serious. It was done by the President. Even the executive president cannot be summoned to court and action can be taken for contempt of court. The working class should take the lead in the system that is fully supported by the people's mandate.
මහජන බලයක් කරා මැතිවරණය දිනා ගැනීම සඳහා වන සටනක් ඕන වැඩ කරන පත්තිය තමයි ඒකේ නායකත්වය ගන්න ඕන වෙන උත්තර නැහැ.
The proposal to introduce a broadcasting regulatory commission is being discussed across many spheres of the country. SJP parliamentarian Chandrani Bandara commented on the matter on Tuesday.
The government is undertaking an unnecessary journey. They will shut down media companies and only issue licenses to those who work for them. This is an attempt to undermine the truth.
දැන් මේ ගේන මාධ්‍ය වාරණ 50 මේ ගේන කෙටුම්පත් කරමින් සිටින
We don't know what kind of situations could arise because of the Broadcasting Regulatory Act. For example, a program or channel could be suspended under the guise of national security if it broadcasts a sermon by a monk who is critical of the government.
channel එක නවත්තන්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් මේකයි ඇත්ත තත්ත්වය.
The US Treasury Secretary has commended India in assisting Sri Lanka. US Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said that India's proactive actions have been critical to supporting the Sri Lankan authorities' reform efforts. Secretary of the Treasury Janet L. Yellen was speaking at the US-India Business Council Ideas Summit on Tuesday. She said that debt distress in the developing world continues to pose a risk to macroeconomic growth and stability, and much more needs to be done to provide timely and comprehensive debt treatments. She noted that forward approaches were taken on urgent cases like Sri Lanka, where India's proactive actions have been critical to supporting the authorities' reform efforts. In other news, the Electricity Users Association expressed concern over disregarding the PUCSL and spreading the powers of the minister within the CEB.
When the chairman of the Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka was removed, Minister Kanchana commented on reducing the electricity tariff by 27%. How did he reach such a figure? Did the PUCSL provide its recommendation? Was there any discussion with the public and was their approval obtained? None of that took place. He is making comments as he pleases. The CEB and the PUCSL are now at a point where the power of the minister is being spread while disregarding the PUCSL. We addressed a letter to the PUCSL and questioned on whether the tariff revision for July was announced. If so, when did it happen? And what are the new tariff rates? And was PUCSL approval obtained? If not, who made this comment to the media?
මේ හරකව දක්වන්නේ ආණ්ඩුවද කොමිෂන් සභාවද නැත්නම් මේ ඇමතිවරයාද කෙවිට තියෙන්න ඕනේ කොමිෂන් සභාව ඇතුලේ.
The CEB Workers Union says it will not allow Ceylon Electricity Board to be privatized at any cost.
මේ වනකොට ලංකා විදුලි බල මණ්ඩලය විදේශී සමාගම් 15කට
The government has made arrangements to sell the Ceylon Electricity Board to 15 foreign companies. The government said that this act would be presented in Parliament during the third week of May, but it has not yet been introduced. Not even the draft of the act has been made available to the public or the CEB trade unions. It is clear that the government intends to sell the CEB to 15 foreign companies. Measures have also been taken to remove the pensions and EPFs of CEB employees. Additionally, it has been said that from January 2024, these companies are expected to install digital meters in every household. If the people of this country are under the stance that CEB should be sold, they should remember. Even the general public will also be severely affected by the sale of the CEB, especially as the Mahaveli complex is to be given to the Adani and the Notochole power plant to the Chinese. Nothing will be left in this country. Therefore, we are warning President Ranil Wickremesinghe and Kanchana Wijesekara that we will not allow you to sell the CEB.
අපි කාංචනට කියනවා උඹලගේ කටේ නරිවාදන් රෙද්දපල්ලෙන් බේරෙනවා අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම මේ ආයතන විකුණන්න අපි දෙන්නේ.
Meanwhile, the Free Women Movement says the present state of affairs continues to burden the public by the day.
බඩු මිල වැඩි වෙලා ජීවත් වෙන්න විදියක් නැතුව බිල් වැඩි වෙලා මිනිස්සුන්ගේ රස්සා නැති වෙලා.
As a country in crisis, people have lost their jobs. The prices of essential goods have increased. The utility bills have skyrocketed. In his address to the nation, the president said to wait 2 years and there will be a stable country by 2048. He also said to tighten our belts. People do not have enough money to eat. According to statistics, the country is facing a malnutrition crisis. It is insensitive for the president to say things like tighten your belts when people are suffering in this way. The prices of school supplies have increased by 300%. As a result, many students have dropped out of schools and have become labourers instead.
Tea smallholders in Sri Lanka are facing serious issues due to the economic crisis. According to tea smallholders in the Badula district, a kilogram of raw tea leaves was sold for 230 rupees and had dropped to below 130 rupees. They point out that fellow tea smallholders are considering to abandon their cultivations due to this situation. Sri Lanka paddy farmers are also facing serious economic issues. Over 100 acres of rice fields in the Sellakandal Vava area are at risk due to the lack of water, as water levels of the water body have dropped. Local farmers said if they do not have access to sufficient amounts of water for their cultivations, all paddy lands would be destroyed. Coconut cultivators in Sri Lanka are also facing serious issues. News First correspondents said that the white fly had spread to many cultivations in Varaveva, Urugala, Jayantipura and surrounding villages in the Giripava Divisional Secretariat. Coconut cultivations across these areas are at risk of being destroyed.
News First with the people.
Sri Lanka Army doctors have entered the Guinness World Records for removing the world's largest kidney stone. The removal of the world's largest and heaviest kidney stone, calculus, through a major surgery took place on the 1st of June at the Colombo Army Hospital, entering the Guinness World Records. Consultant urologist Lieutenant Colonel Dr. K. Sudarshan, head of genitourinary unit at the Colombo Army Hospital, took the lead in the surgery together with Captain Dr. W.P.S.C. Pathirana and Dr. Tamasha Prematilaka. Colonel Dr. U.A.L.D. Pereira and Colonel Dr. C.S. Abis Singha also contributed during the surgery as consultant anesthetists. The stone removed at Colombo Army Hospital by Army doctors is 13.372 centimeters long and weighs 801 grams. Immediately after the surgery, the removed stone calculus was shown to the commander of the Army, Lieutenant General Vikum Lianage. As per the existing Guinness World Records, the largest kidney stone found in the world, India in 2004, is 13 centimeters and the heaviest kidney stone found in Pakistan in 2008 was 620 grams in weight. Every year, countries around the world celebrate World Blood Donor Day on the 14th of June. The slogan for 2023 World Blood Donor Day campaign is Give Blood, Give Plasma, Share Life, Share Often.
The date of 14th June is the birthday of Karl Landsteiner, an Austrian biologist and physician considered to be the founder of modern blood transfusion. Landsteiner discovered the ABO blood groups in 1901, developed the modern system of classification of blood groups and identified in 1937, together with Alexander S. Weiner and the rhesus factor, thus enabling physicians to transfuse blood without endangering a patient's life. In Sri Lanka, the annual blood donor requirement is almost 400,000 units and 100% of the requirement comes from Sri Lankan donors.
Only 50 countries in the world have managed to meet 100% of that blood requirement from local donors. Sri Lanka is at the top of that list, and we have almost 900,000 people who donate blood each year.
85% of the blood requirement is collected via mobile campaigns. Dr. Lakshman Edirisinghe told News First that the National Blood Transfusion Service has to incur massive costs to store the blood as the refrigeration system is old.
The refrigeration system we have is almost 20 years old. We are maintaining it. However, the cost is very high.
The Government Radiological Technologies Association said 10 CT scan devices in the government hospital system are non-operational. Chairman of the Government Radiological Technologies Association, Chanaka Dharmavikrama, said that 3 other CT devices cannot perform to its maximum capacity. Sri Lanka's government hospital system has 43 CT scan devices in total.
යන්ත්‍ර 10ක ප්‍රමාණයක් සම්පූර්ණයෙන් බිඳවැටලා තිබෙනවා. විශේෂයෙන්ම
10 CT scan machines are completely inactive in the system. Kurunagala Teaching Hospital, Karapeti Teaching Hospital, Trincomalee Teaching Hospital, Hambantota General Hospital, Ratnapura General Hospital, Sri Lanka Dental Hospital, Madulla Teaching Hospital, Kalutara General Hospital are those. The radiology machine at the accident ward at the Colombo National Hospital is also inactive. Also the CT scan machine at the Army Hospital is inactive. The CT scan machines at the Caravanella and Mathura General Hospitals are inactive as well. Only limited number of tests are conducted using the machines in those hospitals.
සීමිත පරීක්ෂණ සංඛ්‍යාවක් තමයි සිදු කරන්න වෙලා තිබෙන්නේ.
Governor of the Northwestern Province Lakshman Yapabe Bardana says that it will be difficult to build the country back up if people who practice Buddhism practically do not exist in the country. He made these remarks participating in a religious program held in Usweva, Tangol recently.
The newly built pagoda of the Tangol Usweva Surya Pokuna Rankota Vihara Rajamaha Viharya was vested with the Sangha. The event was presided over by the Mahanayaka of the Kote Sri Kalyani Samagiri Dharma Maha Sangha Sabha, Venerable Professor Ittapane Dhammalankara Thero.
අරමුණු කරනවා විශේෂයෙන්ම අපේ හාමුදුරන් වහන්සේලා මේ ආරක්ෂා කරගෙන යන බුද්ධ ධර්මය මේ
By constructing this temple, future generations will experience the Buddhism that was protected by our Venerable Theros. We also hope to build good people. There are only a limited number of people who live a life based on Buddhism. This needs to change if our country is to progress.
බුද්ධ ධර්මය පිළිපදින අය බොහෝ සීමා වෙනවා. ඒක ගොඩනැගුවේ නැත්නම් රටක් ඉස්සරහට ගොඩනගන්න බෑ.
Up next is Crime Watch.
Crime Watch.
A 32-year-old woman was murdered after she was stabbed early on Wednesday morning in Rangamulla, Bolavatta. The deceased was employed at a bakery located in Rangalla. Sri Lanka police said that a family dispute may have led to the murder that was likely committed by the husband. It is reported that following interrogation he had fled the area and the Venapur police is conducting further investigations.
Crime Watch.
See Divi Savya program that aims to support the education of Sri Lankan children continued in the Norelia education zone in the Norelia district.
The LOLC Divisavya program gives school books and stationery equipment to the most impoverished students in the country, ensuring a brighter future for them. This worthy initiative is a collaboration between the LOLC group and the Ministry of Education. Today, many students from the Thanagiri Vidyalaya, Babarakale Tamil Vidyalaya, Sri Piyatisa Vidyalaya, Shant Regular Tamil Vidyalaya, Elgin Tamil Vidyalaya and several other schools in the area were provided with school books and stationery equipment. The LOLC Divisavya program will continue to ensure a better future for all school children in Sri Lanka.
On to news overseas now. Donald Trump has pleaded not guilty to historic charges of mishandling sensitive files at a federal court in Miami, Florida. Trump is the first U.S. president, current or former, to be hit with a federal criminal indictment. Arms crossed in a dark suit and red tie, he sat in stone-faced silence for his second court appearance this year. The Republican later traveled to his golf club in Bedminster, New Jersey, where he addressed supporters. Against the backdrop of American flags, Trump, who is the front-runner of the 2024 Republican presidential nomination, told the assembled crowd he had every right to hold the classified documents but hadn't had a chance to go through all the boxes. That's all the news for now. Stay tuned for more news and the very latest on our social media pages and our website www.newsfirst.lk. Bringing you the news from the news desk, I am Sandro Satyajit signing off. Have a good day.